Yep, it's Raib. Hello, Martin.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining this crowdcast with us. We are very pleased to see that many participants who are eager to hear everything that we have to tell you about the Star Network. Basically, thanks for all 1,738 people for being here. So we will do our best to answer all your questions at the end of this crowdcast, but as you may know, there will most likely be a lot of questions. So if you have a question, ask them in the bottom below, ask a question. There you can type in your question and then users can vote your question up. And the most important questions will be answered first. Okay, let me share my screen. Just to give you a brief introduction about myself. So my name is Martin. I'm the VP of Growth for Astar Network. I'm here together with Sota Watanabe. He's the founder of Stake Technology and the founder of Astar Network. So he will be also joining me in this crowdcast and answering questions as well, and doing some talks with some special guests that will be also present during this meeting or during this event. So first of all, I will be talking about Astar Network. This will be like just a brief summary about what is Astar Network, what are our special features as well. Then I will explain everything about our Crowdloan event that will coming up for the Polkadot. I'll do my best to explain everything that's already decided. There are still some parameters that are still not yet set in stone, but we will make sure everyone will get the basic idea about our Crowdloan. Then we have some guests as well who will be joining and talking about their project and how they will help us during the Crowdloan. And then we also got some special announcements. One announcement is already published now on our Medium. So if you would check our blog, you will see one of our announcements. And then there will also be an announcement about our burning that we have set in place for. But more information about that later on. So first about Astar, what is Astar Network? So basically this is like the slide that we usually show everyone to tell them what is Astar. So basically we were previously known as Plasm Network. So a lot of people know us as Plasm Network and not yet as Astar Network. And mainly those who have been with the Polkadot ecosystem will know Plasm more than they will know Astar, but basically it's the same. So we rebranded our name from Plasm to Astar. Mainly this was because of Plasm was too much related to Plasma. And if you look at Plasma is just like a layer 2 solution on Ethereum. But Astar or Plasm Network, we offer much more than just that layer 2 solution. So that's why we rebranded our name to Astar. Yeah, and I think everyone now is slowly getting used to the name of Astar. So what is Astar? Astar is aiming to be like the dApp hub on Polkadot, and that will support Ethereum virtual machine EVM as well as WebAssembly smart contracts. We will also have like layer 2 solutions set in place like the ZK rollups. So we aim to be like the multi-chain smart contract platform that will support multiple blockchains and virtual machines. So when you would look at the Polkadot relay chain, the relay chain is the security of Polkadot. And there's no possibility that it's possible that it will not support smart contracts. Let me just put it like this. So it's not possible for like an application or a project to build on Polkadot with just smart contracts. That's not possible. So having a parachain connected to Polkadot relay chain that offers those features is needed. And what's main thing that we set us apart from other smart contracts platforms is actually that we will try to provide the best solutions for all developers by not only supporting the EVM, like Ethereum virtual machine, but we will also support WebAssembly based smart contracts. And how we made that possible, so you can look at it like a house, like our Astar Network is like built like a house. And in one room we have EVM, and on the other room we have WebAssembly, and they still coexist in the same place. So they can work together, they can communicate together, and so on. So you don't need to go to another ecosystem to be launched. If you like building a WebAssembly smart contract, you don't need to go to another parachain or another ecosystem. No, you can still do it with us. together with, if you are a Solidity developer, you can also easily deploy this as well in our ecosystem. For the moment, we only have EVM enabled on Scheiden, our Canary network on Kusama, but at the end of this year or in Q1 next year, we will also support WebAssembly-based smart contracts. And as you can see here in the corner below, that's like Gavin Woods. And Gavin Woods is not only the co-founder of Ethereum and also the creator of EVM, but he's also the founder of Polkadot. And in one of his talks that he had with CoinDesk, he told like WebAssembly is the future of smart contracts, but EVM is right now. And he's right about this because EVM is now so important because not only there is a lot of resource available for EVM for early developers who want to build on EVM, but there are so many ecosystems that already support EVM. You can see, like, for instance, Polkadot itself, you have like the Frontier palette that's actually like EVM. So it's easy to have EVM available on all parachains because it's already integrated in Polkadot. For an EVM developer, you can also go to other ecosystems like Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, and so on and so on. But when you look at blockchain itself, when this time is there that it's so scalable, or we are looking for blockchain that will be used on globally by, let's say, 30% of the population, EVM at this stage now can't handle that much traction on the blockchain. So WebAssembly is another way of smart contracts that can be enabled in our ecosystem that can handle that kind of traffic for the scalability in the blockchain. So that's a little bit about the Astar Network. So Sota, do you want to add a little bit about this before I go over to our ecosystem developments?
Yeah, so our original feature is cross virtual machine and dApps staking in layer 2 solution and multiple bridges. So probably Martin is going to talk about dApps staking more, but developer in our ecosystem can earn token while making contract. So this is the game changer. Yeah, go ahead, Martin.
Yes, thank you. So now we'll talk about our ecosystem developments. Where are we now? Where are we going to? And I'll explain you more about dApp staking itself. So this is like an overview about the projects that are now integrated in us, as well as our backers, as well as exchanges that we are on, the DeFi products that are now live, as well as the NFTs, and so on and so on. This slide will also be available after this crowdcast, and then you can have like a closer look at these projects. So now we'll talk a little bit about the build to earn protocol. This is already live on Scheiden. And I will show you like a small demo how it would look like. So basically, I'm now connected actually to our testnet. So dApp staking is a feature that we have set in place that will incentivize developers who are building in our ecosystem. Not only incentivize developers, but also giving something back to our community as well. You can actually compare dApp staking a little bit with staking on validators, but instead of just staking on a node, you actually stake on a project. And by doing so, you not only get like basic staking rewards, but at the same time, you also are supporting your project that you really like. And they get also staking rewards on their end as well. So how it will look like, if you see now in our portal, if you go to portal.astar network, this is already live. I'm now connected to Shibuya, our testnet, but you can easily connect to our mainnet on Scheiden. And there you will also have the possibilities to see all the protocols or all the projects who are now joined dApp staking. Now, dApp staking, it's, how do I say it? For a moment, it's whitelisted only, meaning that we only list projects who are in our builders program. And by doing so, we can ensure everyone who's joining the dApp staking that all those projects who are listed here actually already went through the developer KYC. There's all those projects who are now listed here, a part of a builders program. They have milestones set up front, so we know them very well. They are building on us, and we are helping them with supporting them as well. So how would you use dApp staking? I will just use the testnet for this. So basically, you just choose the project that you really like. You can easily switch here from wallet. and then you can actually stake on a project that you want to support. And I can recommend everyone to try this as well to see how it works. Before this crowdcast, we actually set up a quest for everyone who's now listening and want to learn more about dApp staking. This will also be shared later on in the troll box here by one of our ambassadors. But mainly, we have set up a quest where you can actually learn how to use dApp staking. And by following this quest and doing this quest, you can get like Shiden tokens as a reward by doing so. So I can recommend everyone to just follow the quest, learn about dApp staking, test dApp staking in our testnet, and at the same time, you are getting to know, you are knowing everything about it, as well as you will get rewarded by us by joining the quest. So basically, how do you do it? You just pick a contract that you really like, you stake, you choose the amount of SBY here, Shibuya tokens, those are our testnet tokens. You just press stake. At that time, you need to sign with your Polkadot GS wallet. It's now on my other screen, so you would not see it, but basically, you just have to sign it. And the moment you sign it, you actually start staking on that product. So at the moment you are staking on a product, this takes around 30 seconds to be ready. The moment you start staking on the project, you start earning rewards by staking. So meaning that you will get at every day, every hour, we call it hour, but every day you get staking rewards. And that's the same for the project themselves. They will also get like staking rewards because you nominated their smart contracts. The amount of staking rewards the developer gets, this is actually based on the total number of nominations as well as the total numbers of nominated SDN, or in this case, Shibuya tokens. So look for a project that you really support, stake on them, and at the same time, they will get rewarded and they will use those rewards to fund their development. Or if you would see, for example, let's see if I go to the mainnet, you will also see that other projects who are in our ecosystem, they actually use the rewards that they get from us by giving extra revenue to the stakers. For example, here you see Kako, they say, if you stake on us, we not only give you the 10% staking rewards, but we triple all the rewards for you. Or you can see like here, Standard Protocol, they will use the rewards they get in their liquidity pools and on their DEX, and will use it as dividend that you can earn from using their DEX as well. For the moment, we have a limited amount of stakers possible on our mainnet, and that's 512. If you go to our testnet, you will see that we increased the numbers to 2048. And we will also deploy this in our mainnet, but first we have to test everything on Shibuya. So that's why we also have set up this quest. So everyone can join the quest, learn about dApp staking, at the same time, giving us the possibilities to see how it would go if we would increase the stakers to 2048. And the moment everything works great, then we move over to Shiden, and then there will be more stakers available for every project that's listed there. Let me go back to my slide. That was a small demo about dApp staking. So we are now already at era 12 or era 13, not so sure at this stage, but I will show you a brief overview about the first 10 hours that we use dApp staking. As you can see, the total value locked now is now a little under the 5 million. But if I go live now to see where are we now with dApp staking in total, this is the backend actually. Then you will see the total amount locked, and now we are at 5,075,000 as the end that is now locked in dApp staking. So that's a huge amount. But the moment I created the deck, it was around this number. So it was over 16 million that is already locked on projects. We have 13 whitelisted projects now who already joined dApp staking. We will add more every couple of days. There will be more coming, more projects coming. So you as a community will have more chances to pick out your favorite project as well. It will also be great for you as a community to ask like your favorite project to join this incentivized, because you can get you can give them your support and they earn money by it, you earn money for it. So, and that's like a great incentive that we have set in place for all projects who will be building an ecosystem. In total, we already distributed over 170,000 SDN. This is a total value of over 650,000 that we already distributed to all our nominators as well as our projects. Then I will talk a little bit about our builders programs. If you are a project, if you know a project that you are very close with, you can always send them to our builders program. We not only give them dApp staking support, but we also will help them with marketing as well as technical support and making the connections with investors and ecosystems supporters that we already have in place. Then let me see what's next. Okay, then here are the projects who already applied to the builders program. Almost 47 projects already applied. We received 24 proposals from those projects, and already 20 projects are approved. So basically, all those projects that you see here now on this slide, on this deck, those are already approved projects who will be using dApp staking as one of their main features. And mainly they will be using the funds they get from dApp staking to reward their community, as well to use them to fund their projects. That was a little overview about where are we now with China. And this will also be ready when Astar Network will be launched on Polkadot. So basically the dApp staking will be available as soon as we are connected as a parachain and transactions are enabled and so on, and EVM and so on and so on. The next thing in our roadmap for Shiden is improving the dApp staking, improving the dApp store, giving more features to the developers as well, because they also got a managed text, but they can change description. We are even thinking about different things like that projects can set up in the back end that the amount that they want to share with the community. Now it's like if the reward is like 100%, 80% will go to the project and 20% will go to the nominator. We will make it possible that actually a project can choose with what they want, like 40-60, 50-50, and so on and so on. So that will also be a possibility. So we are trying to improve this every day, every week. We have front-end developers who are working every day on this to improve it, not only on the front end, but also on the back end. So I recommend you to keep your eye on our announcement channels as well to get all the latest development news. I've already been talking too much about the developments. Now we'll go over to the main part, and that's the Astar Crowdloan Event, the 101. So now I will explain everything about the crowdloan itself. But before I will do this, I will just ask Sota if he just want to add something else to the developments that we have been doing so far.
Yeah, I'm really excited to have a lot of projects in through dApps staking. So we are making developer-centric layer 1 blockchain that provide basic income to developer. So yeah, we are realizing the vision and excited to have this system on Astar from day one. So yeah, let's focus on becoming one of the first Polkadot parachain.
Yes, and by focusing on this, that's why we created a crowdloan event, because we really want to be one of the first to be connected as a parachain. We were the third on Kusama. We are hoping to be also one of the first as well on Polkadot. So we have like a crowdloan event set up with a huge incentivize for everyone who will join us. So I will first go over the basics. What are the basics now? The first auction will start on the November the 11th. Before November the 11th, there will be a crowdloan period, and that's the period that will be before the auctions will happen. We don't have a date at this moment. We are still waiting on Parity to announce it or to give it to us when it's possible to get that para ID and to get our crowdloan started on Polkadot. This is not yet announced, so we don't know it, but we do know that the auction starts on November the 11th, and there is an auction every week. So Most likely, the crowd loan period will be 1 week before November the 11th, but I can't tell you for sure. It can be earlier, so let's see how it goes. We will bid on a 96-week lease slot. That's around 2 years. And so we will go for the maximum amount of time for a slot. And the crowd loan events will start before the first auction. Like I said, we don't know the date at this time. So what is a crowd loan? Basically, a crowd loan, we have to raise, we have to get dots, and we have to use those dots to bid on a parachain auction. So dot holders like you, everyone from the community, can loan their dots to Astar. So we have set up a bonus scheme. I will go over this a little bit later on. But at the end of at least period, so at the end of the 96 6 weeks, you will just get your dots back. Your original dots, you will get them back. And also a crowd loan can cover multiple auctions. What do I mean with this? So we got like the crowd loan period, that's before the auction. And the crowd loan period, let me just go to the next slide to set it. So the crowd loan period can be over different kind of auctions. So we can say the crowd loan period will be 6 weeks, meaning we will go for one of the first 5 auctions that will be happening on Polkadot. So if you join a crowd loan, you lock your tokens for those 6 weeks, for sure. If we don't win any slot, you just get them back after the 6 weeks. But mainly during the crowd loan period, you lock them for 6 weeks, and then we will use the funds that we gathered during the crowd loan. We will use that to bid in each auction. So basically, when the auction starts, the auction slot number 1 starts, we will bid on the amount we already have like in our wallet, and then the auction period starts to go. And then after the end of the 7 days, we either win the slot or we will join the second auction with the same amount of dots. Let's say we win the first slot. Let's say the auction starts on November the 11th and we win the first slot. What will be happening then? The dot that collected during the auction and from the crowd loan will be locked in the relay chain, and those will be locked for 96 weeks. Just to keep in mind, we as a team, we at Astar, we never have control over any of your dots. So everything you contributed in a crowd loan, we never touch it. So basically, that's in control of the relay chain. We never are in control of that. Let me go back to my previous slide. So, and what is an auction? That's very simple. We need to win an auction to get that slot. If you want to know more about crowd loan and auctions, because it's not so easy to understand if you are just new to the Polkadot ecosystem. So I recommend you to go, if you have time, or you can see this later, to go to this video. This video is created by Promo Team. They are one of our main supporters in the crowd loan event as well. So go to them. They have a great explanation video that tells you everything about crowd loans. It will tell you everything about auctions and so on and so on. Then the next slide, let me see. So how can you participate in a crowd loan event? We have a couple of possibilities. One, you can use our own crowd loan page. This page is not working now, but let me just crowdloan.astar.network. If you go here, you will see our crowd loan page that will be active when the crowd loan is working. Then you can just connect your Polkadot address and so on your amount you're staking, and you can stake. So this is how our crowd loan page will look. So you can use this. Then where was I now? Okay. Or you can join through a centralized exchange. As you can see, we have Kraken, we have Huobi, and we have Gate. Those are the exchanges that they approved that I announced them to you. So there will be others, but I don't have the okay to tell them to you at this point. But those are the ones that already say, okay, you can say it, we will support you during the crowd loan. So Kraken, Huobi, and Gate at this point. Others will be just announced by following our announcement channel or our Twitter account and so on and so on. And you can also join with a wallet. So we are working with Fearless Wallet as well as Nova Wallet. They will both support our crowd loan as well. And it's also possible to join through one of our partners like Parallel or Equilibrium. Yes. Those are also possibilities to join them as well. We have also talks with those two partners today, with Parachain and Incubation. They will explain everything about how it would work and how their system will help us win that slot and give also something back to you, of course. Okay, then our bonus scheme and our reward system. So these are the basic tokenomics about our Crowdloan events. So 20% of our initial supply will be used for the first Astar Crowdloan event, for the first Polkadot auctions. If you would go to our tokenomics about Astar, so we will have like a total supply of 70 million with an inflation of 10%. If you would go to our tokenomics, you will see that there is a total of 30% that we will use for Polkadot auctions, meaning that I must say at the end there is the S of auctions, meaning that this is like the first. There will be more in the future, so we will also use those tokens as well for future Polkadot Crowdloan events. But now we have 20% for the first Crowdloan event. 50% will go to the Crowdloan and 5% is for bonus. All those 5% will be sent to everyone who's joining the Crowdloan through bonus. The Astar tokens will be held under vesting conditions. This is the same as on all the other parachains auctions that's going on as well. And 10% of your received Astar tokens will be immediately be available after enabling transaction. Meaning we win the slot as a parachain, you first have to wait until we can enable transaction. This is not possible to do this at the moment we win the slot. That's just not possible because we still need to have time to distribute the tokens to get our blockchain properly connected with the correct collators and nodes and all those things. So this can take a couple of weeks before it's done. After this, we will enable transactions and we will hit the market as well. And then 10% will be available for you to use. One major thing that you have to know is that vested tokens that you will get through the Crowdloan, you can use them in dApp staking. So even if they are locked and you can't use them, send them to a friend, you can use them to stake on project. You can use them to stake on through dApp staking. And while your tokens are actually vested and locked, you also get staking rewards in return by doing so. So basically, you get rewards even if your tokens are locked. So that's a great incentivize that we give extra to our community, that we made this possible for you to do so. Then I will talk about the rewards. So we have like a fixed amount of Astar for each dot. The ratio that this is actually based on the amount that we will raise during the Astar Crowdloan event. We have an example above, like let's say if we raise like 10.5 million dots, then every dot that you contributed equals 1 Astar. If we get 5.25 million dots, you will get 2 Astar for each dot you contributed. And it's now impossible to say to everyone here that we say this kind of amount of dot is this kind of amount of Astar, because we can say this in the minimum, but the problem is we need to set a hard cap. To set a hard cap, I can show you here on Kusama. Now with the auctions that are now happening, you can see everyone here has a hard cap, and that hard cap, that's the maximum amount that can be contributed to during the Crowdloan events. As you can see here below, you also see like the winners. Let's see for Killed. They even reached their hard cap, meaning that even if they want to raise more, they just can't raise more because the hard cap is reached. And for those who are joining the Parachain from the beginning, to go from the Crowdloan from the beginning, you can see, for examples, Karura and Shiden. Karura had set like a hard cap of 1,500,000 KSMs, and they raised not only, but this is a lot, 500,000 KSMs. So they didn't reach the hard cap, and that was the same for us. We didn't reach the hard cap. So for the Polkadot auctions that will happening now, though the first auctions, the hard cap will be very high because nobody will know how much people will just or contribute in the auctions. If we set our hard cap, let's say at 10 million, and we reach 10 million, but the auctions will start and other projects can keep raising more, but we just can't because our hard cap is too low, we will lose the auction. So that's very difficult for us as a project to set that hard cap for going for the first slots. So the first slots will have like a very high hard cap. This will be for us. This will be for Akala. This will be for Moonbeam. This will be for Bifrost. They will have like a very high cap. So that's why it's now impossible to say that many dots is that many a star, because it will be based on the hard cap. We can say the minimum is, but the minimum can be very low because we set a very high hard cap. So basically, everything in our pool, the 50%, the 15% of our total supply, we will share to all Crowdloan participants, meaning that everyone gets the same amount for one dot. Everyone who is joining our Crowdloan gets the same amount for one dot. That 50% will be distributed amongst everyone who joins. Basically, that's around 10,500,000 Astar tokens that we will distribute to everyone. But then we have set some kind of bonus scheme, and this bonus scheme is very high incentivized for everyone to join, because we have set 3 levels, like the referral, the early birds, and the early adopters. I will just go over them pretty quick because we don't have that much time left. So the referral means like, if you are sending your referral to your friend and he contributes like 100 dot, you get for each dot he contributes, you get 0.1 Astar token in return as a bonus to your investments. And the guy who's using your referral, they also will get like 1% bonus. So this is like a very high cap. So if you get like 100 friends motivated to join your referral, you can easily get a lot of extra Astar tokens as a bonus on top of this. One other thing that we set up very high is the 20% bonus. This is the highest that there is now for all released strategies for the auction. So if you join before the end of auction 1, you will get an extra bonus of 20%. And then there will also be like the early adopters. So those who already joined the Shiden Crowdloan or who already joined Plasma Lock Drop in 2020, they also can earn like 10% bonus for this. I have to keep you guys in mind for the early adopters. That's not possible if you would join through an exchange, or it's not possible if you would join through a partner, because they will use their own wallets for this. Other bonuses can be, it's possible with them as well, but you have to read their terms and conditions before joining. So just make sure if you are an early adopter, meaning if you already joined the Shiden Crowdloan, if you already joined Plasma Lock Drop, we recommend you to just use our Crowdloan page just to get the 10% bonus. But we also have partners who have set better, also good conditions, not better, but also very good conditions or extra benefits that can also give you like that bonus. And I also already see that Alex is here. So he will explain a little bit about the Fluid XDOT. He will tell you more about how it works and what are the extra benefits for you to join through them, because they not offer just a derivative of XDOT, but they also give like ledger support as well. So, but Alex will explain more about this. So Alex, if you want to talk more, feel free to do so. Do you want to share your screen, Alex?
I will try. Just hold on a sec. I have a deck with me, which we have presented just yet on our community events on Crowdcast.
Let me just see if I can close mine.
Too many video sources it has.
Okay, you can go now.
Wow, awesome, cool. By the way, hello everyone. Thanks very much for having me here. Real pleasure to join the gentleman today. Okay, so let me walk you through the X-Dot thing, which we are releasing in terms of equilibrium. So first of all, the idea behind X-Dot is actually to improve your user experience with Crowdloan significantly. And you probably understand that if you're locking your dots in Crowdloan campaigns for any project, you are basically stuck without dot liquidity for almost 2 years. And it might sound a little bit frustrating for someone of the community, but fortunately we do have the solution to that. And that's the, I would say, revolutionary mechanics which we are developing, working on within our projects at Equilibrium. And the idea is that everyone can stake dots for any Crowdloan project via our platform, specifically for Astar. We are super excited to support guys with their Crowdloan campaign. And basically the idea that when you will be staking through our platform, simultaneously after specific project wins the slots, you will get the X-Dot wrapper on the Jinchira substrate, which is currently competing for the slots on Kusama. And what's the most exciting about that is that we're offering the very practical and very real use cases for X-Dots within our platform. So basically, when you're getting X-Dots, you will be able to use it either as liquidity in the platform and earn additional yields on that. So basically, you will be receiving rewards from the projects you have staked your dots for, and simultaneously you also have the opportunity to get, for example, liquidity farming rewards in our projects, in our token, which eventually lead to double rewards on your initial dots, which is really exciting, and I think this is very interesting offer. So, for example, just to give you an idea, if you stake your dots via X-Dot right away, you will be able to get 35% API on your X-Dots within Jinchira. So it's the current API within our liquidity farming program. So let me walk you through several aspects of X-Dot. So first of all, like how exactly it works. You guys will, when you will be staking your dots via our platform, you will be sending your dots to our multi-signature wallet, which is actually managed by several reputable and influential venture capital firms. Among them are such big names as Signum Capital, DFG, Genesis Block Ventures, and there will be 2 more funds joining us soon. So basically, they will be holding private keys of this address, and we actually have no access to these funds. So Equilibrium has no permission to either withdraw these funds or send it somewhere or do whatever we want. So basically, everything requires certain approvals by counterparties on the multi-signature wallet. And after Equilibrium gets the slot on Polkadot, we will decentralize this process, and basically these dots will be like in further Crowdloan campaigns, collected through further Crowdloan campaigns. These dots will be sitting on our accounts on the relay chain of Polkadots, and it will be pretty decentralized setup. So in terms of the use cases that we are providing on X-Dots, as I said, they are very practical. So currently, Jinchira is up and running, and it actually has certain liquidity despite its running in the middle of the closed beta. So far, we have got more than $3.5 million of organic liquidity, and when we'll open it up to general audience, we expect the significant spike in the liquidity then. So definitely this will help X-Dot to be to become the multi-purpose assets against your initial dots that you will lock within Crowdloan campaigns, within the Crowdloan campaign of Astar, for example. Again, so first of all, you will be able to raise some liquidity, like specifically using your X-Dot as collateral. You will be able to borrow, for example, stable coins or trade on margin within our platform. Secondly, you can basically lock this X dots in liquidity pools of our platform and earn additional yields on top of what you will be receiving from the projects you're supporting the crowd loan from Astar. And basically, on top of that, you will be getting our tokens as farming rewards, which is really exciting. So there are some other use cases. So for example, you're able to trade your X dots via our automated market maker pool, which will be launching on our system. And all these combined will definitely help you to make your initial dot real fluids or real liquids during the crowd loan campaign within these 2 years. So we would love for you guys to have with us on our platform. Please support Astar with their crowd loan campaign. We definitely support you guys on this kind of journey, and would love to be helpful to your community and to bring more liquidity to them.
Okay, thanks a lot, Alex, for the explanation as well. So if you guys have any questions about Alex, feel free to join that community and ask your questions there. It's a great opportunity for you to join them with your dots as well in every crowd loan. So thanks for the talk, Alex, and thanks for the introduction about thank you.
Thank you.
Then we also got like, if you could stop sharing your yeah, thank you. Awesome. Thank you.
Yep. And I just invited Yubo from Parallel Finance. Yeah, he is coming and he's going to explain our collaboration with Parallel Finance. So yeah, Alex, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Great. Oh, Yubo is coming.
Hey, hello.
Hello, Yubo.
Hi, Yubi.
Thank you for taking time in the early morning. I met Yubo in person yesterday in San Francisco and discussed our collaboration. So it's 8 a.m. So thank you very much.
Yeah,
Cool.
thanks
Thanks a lot for being here. Thanks a lot. Do you have something to share, Yubo? Do you got something ready, or you just want to talk about Parachain 5 is also fine?
Well, love to, talk about our collaborations and then say hi to the community, and then super excited that, we can work on something, super cool. And then also really want to help, the very successful crowd loan campaigns going forward. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Thanks a lot. So yeah, it would be great if you could explain a little bit about Parachain 5 and how you guys support the Astar Crowdloan.
Yeah, 100%. So let me see if I can share anything. Or should I share something, or should I just
No, you can just share your screen. Yes, it would be great that people could see what you guys are doing.
Just let me see. Okay, got it. Share my screen. All right. So
yes,
we quickly prepared a little bit slide yesterday. So just want to talk about sort of I guess our collaborations, and then also want to quickly introduce about Parallel Finance. So obviously, thank you for inviting. And then first of all, I want to quickly run over some of the ideas of the parallel platforms mechanisms. So we have a specific crowdloan products on our website. So if you go to our website, we have core 5 products. One of them is called auction loan. And then if you go to crowdloan.parallel.fi, this is the current sort of UI experience that we provided. Essentially, this is a way to contribute to a specific crowd loans for both Polkadot and Kusama. So if you go to Kusama, this is all of the current protocols that is alive on the relay chain, and people can come in and say, hey, I want to contribute for specific amounts, and then after they load the informations, they can say, hey, how many I wanted to do, and then what is the sort of the rewards that they can get, and then transaction will be sent to the relay chain directly. For the Polkadot auction, we did a little bit differently. So we work with projects and provide additional bonuses. This is the base rewards. We're still updating the data, but we provide additional bonuses on top of that, both our tokens and then partners tokens. And so here is how we work with Astar. So first of all, we provide four to three additional pair tokens per contributions on our platforms, and then we also provide additional time-based rewards on the platform. So here's kind of how that works. So whenever the crowdloan started, from whenever the crowdloan is ready till November 18th, which is the end of the first slot, then there will be a 6% additional Astar bonuses, and then the second two slots we provide 4%, and then the last few slots will be until December 2nd will be 2%. And I'll explain a little bit how that works. So before our parallel launch, contributors will send to a parallel multisig. So currently we have 10 multisig holders, and then it is almost all come from the community. So parallel team have around 3 signing keys, and then the rest are essentially from the community. So 2 of them from Web3 Foundation's Parity, and we have people from bigger community leaders like Mr. Block, and then we have also Sota as one of the key signers, and we have a few other industry player in this space to consist of this multisig. So what happened is that whenever there's a contribution inside, the auction server bot will just automatically transfer the same amount to the relay chain to contribute. So everything's in real time. And then here's a little bit benefits of like contributing through the platform. So one of them is additional bonuses. The second one is about the C-dot liquidity. So post auction contributions, we provide a liquidity token called C-dot, which is 1-to-1 ratio to your dot contributions, which is also redeemable at the end of the the first year. Sorry, at the end of the second year. And so the C-dot can actually be used into our money markets as the collateral. So the money market we actually just launched yesterday, and we started to do the testing phase. So this is a real money, 4 and 5 Kusama that we just put it in, and then our money market just started to list additional assets on top. Right now is almost near zero because we just started the public testing phase, but people can supply, people can borrow. The next step for us is we're going to list the C token into the money market itself. So what happened is that as long as people can pay the interest payments, then you can get liquidity out of the money markets for early use case. So that's kind of the idea here. Or people can also play with the testnet that have a lot more tokens inside that sort of people can see more data on top. So yeah, that's sort of the idea here. And then one more thing is about the DeFi capabilities. So we also had a liquidity mining programs in the future. So if you stake the C-dot, if you provide liquidity between dots and then Astar tokens through the AMM platforms or any other DeFi protocols that we build, there are additional sort of benefits of having this platform because you can trade, you can use that as collateral to do other things. So yeah, that's it. I guess like this is sort of the timeline. Technically, it's not now. Whenever I guess the crowdloan palettes is ready, when teams register for the pair IDs, and then everything gets started. And then November 11th is the official Parachain auction, and then November 18th is the sort of the official end. And I guess that's it. Like really quick, like sharing with the community.
Thank you very much for presentation, Yuval. It's great, and thank you for supporting us.
Yeah, 100%. We're super excited.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks for being here. It was great to have you here and to explain it to our community because there are a lot of questions as well, and we are very pleased that like the founder is actually here talking about it, and that's great for the community as well to see that. So thanks a lot for explaining, and yeah. If you have any questions for our community, feel free to go to the Parachain community and ask your questions there. They are there to help you and support you. Thanks a lot.
Yep. Thank you, Yubo.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
And then we will start with our final, or almost final, because we are at the end. We still have our Q&A. So we will do a little bit of announcement. The first announcement that I already shared with the community actually today is about our burn treasury. So we will be burning, like it was discussed in our forum. A lot of members were asking about, will there be like a burn? So we decided together with our community that we will burn a part of our treasury. Actually, we will burn the whole treasury from the moment we close that poll. So meaning that we will burn around 367,000 as the end. This is over more than 1 million in value. We will burn this when on Halloween. We will burn this Sunday, October 31. So then we will have like the treasury of that amount will be burned. That's great for our token supply as well, or for the value of our token. One reason why we burned the treasury, because we already started building up our rewards system, our reward palette, before there was even dApp staking involved and things like that. So actually we already started accumulated treasury rewards, but we didn't have any use for that as well for now. So that's why we will burn it. And then I will leave it up to Sota, because he will have like another announcement to make. Sota, please go ahead.
Sure. So today I'm super excited to invite Dylan and Dory for our corporation. Hello, Dylan. And I'm going to invite Dory, but I can only invite 4 people, including the sharing screen. So it would be great if Martin can close the sharing screen. Yeah.
I will close the screen, yes.
Yep, let me invite Dory.
Yes, go ahead.
Yep, just inviting Dory. Yeah, thank you very much for taking time, Dylan. You was sick.
No worries. Yeah.
I hope it's good right now.
I'm feeling a little bit better. I hope I sound okay. But for those in the crowdcast, I've been in bed sick for the past few days, but super excited and wouldn't want to miss this AMA/crowd event for anything.
And we have a Dory today. Hello, Dory.
Hello, how's it going?
I'm doing good. Thank you for joining today. So basically, we announced our corporation today, just 30 minutes ago on Telegram, Discord, and so on. So I would like to talk about our future collaboration and how it is beneficial for both entities, like Stake Technologies and the Commonwealth. So first of all, could you introduce yourself, Dylan, Dory?
Yeah, so I'm Dylan. I'm one of the co-founders of Commonwealth Labs. Sorry, there's a little coughing outside. I went to University of Pennsylvania where met Drew. We've been working on Commonwealth Labs and then kind of like the ecosystem of projects since 2018. One of the first projects that we worked on was called Edgeware. You may know it. We just heard a little bit about the Plasm, now Astar lock drop. We also did a lock drop in 2019. I can't even remember at this point. We ended up locking 1.2 million ETH for also a Polkadot smart contract platform. Sorry, I should let Drew speak. Yeah.
No worries. Hi, everyone. I'm Drew, founder or co-founder also of Commonwealth Labs. I met Dylan so long ago. We've been working together for now around 7 to 8 years, and super excited to kick off now working together with Sota and the Astar team. I'm also working on a new project outside of Commonwealth Labs called Web, where we're building zero knowledge tools for blockchains in the ecosystem, specifically privacy bridges and multi-party computation systems to build out more privacy preserving tech on public blockchains. So super excited to be here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you guys are the guest today. So I would like to ask you some questions. So yeah, what is our future collaboration?
Wow, it's a lot. It's a long-term partnership to kind of like help make Astar a truly community-run, developer-focused chain in the ecosystem. And so one of the things when Soda first approached us that I was personally excited about, and I'll definitely also let Drew share what he thinks, is within Commonwealth Labs. Drew's mentioned he's building web. We have multiple projects. And so to leverage them within the Astar ecosystem was something that we were really, really excited about doing. If you know Commonwealth.im, it's basically a governance platform. And that was something that I was personally very excited to help bring to the ecosystem. Yeah.
How about you? What do you think about our future collaboration?
Yeah, certainly. Resonating a lot of what Dylan said. We're really excited to really excited to realize some of the original visions we had for some of the early projects we started to build a really developer-centric and community-focused chain. So we're really excited to work on this with you as well. From the website, Astar is this multi-chain dApp hub, and so bringing together so many bridges and so many different applications, we want to build and integrate privacy into these applications because we think that's pretty important for the future of blockchains. So we're excited to support new technology on Astar at the protocol level and help any dApps that are also interested in privacy technology in the Astar community for the future.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, go ahead, Dylan.
I was gonna mention one last point. So the team is largely based in the U.S. And so one of the things that we're all really excited about is kind of kicking off a presence here. And so maybe even for Halloween or something around the holidays, we can do an in-person meetup, which I would really love just to start to kick off that presence.
Yep, definitely. So from my perspective, I was in New York and I met Dylan Dory in person. So yeah, we discussed a lot. And one thing I realized is we have a lot of overlap in the ecosystem. So you guys are working on a smart contract platform and we are working on a smart contract platform. And we are also developing Substrate and Polkadot and the others. So our mission is to create a leading smart contract hub in the Polkadot ecosystem. And we can collaborate to make it happen. So let's say Commonwealth is working on governance and multi-chain privacy bridges, and we are working on layer 1 blockchain and dApps staking, the basic income. So there are a lot of the synergies. So this is what I'm really excited today. Yeah. And Martin, do you have any other question?
No, I don't. I have no other question because I've been talking with Dylan and Drew for a couple of times now, and I'm really looking forward to working or create that best smart contract platform available on Polkadot ecosystem. I think with the synergy that we have together with the companies, with us team, with Stake Technologies as well, with Commonwealth and Web Tools, I think we can really and truly create one of the best smart contract platform or the best smart contract platform on the Polkadot ecosystem, with not only supporting WebAssembly but also supporting EVM as well, and creating that security bridge that Drew is working on as well. So yeah, really looking forward to working together and to make everything happen.
Yeah.
So thank you.
And the funny thing is that Martin is in Europe and Dylan and Dory are in the US. And I'm in Singapore usually, so it's literally 24 hours developments. It's going to be 24 hours developments. This is going to be huge for our ecosystem.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Excited for the Crowdloan. I have my dots ready.
Yeah, we're gonna be one of the first Polkadot Parachain, but this is going to be the beginning. So we would like to work with Commonwealth Web Technologies more closely, and we would like to make the best smart contract platform in the Polkadot ecosystem. Okay, do you have any last comments from Dylan and Dory?
Maybe just to say that we're in it for the long haul. We participated personally in the original lock drop for formerly Plasm, but Astar. And so, we love the community spirit, and I think, we're just super excited to see kind of like how things have developed over the past few years, and looking forward to the next few years as Astar becomes a DAO, and things beyond that.
Awesome. How about you?
No, nothing too much else to add. Really excited for the future.
Awesome. All right, I'm really excited as well. So get it back to Martin.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. So to finish up this Crowdcast event, so thanks a lot, Wu, thanks a lot, Dylan, for being here. We will have like our Q&A session, meaning that I see at the bottom there are like 51 questions. I don't think we can cover them all. So thanks for all 1,872 people for being here. So we will go over the most voted up questions from the Ask a Question troll box. Sota and I will go over them, and then we will try to answer them as best as possible. Some questions may still be unknown on our part as well, but we will do our best to give you all the inside information for the Crowdloan event. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for Dylan and Dory for coming today. And have a good day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Okay, thank you. So the first and most upvoted question is 5 dots will give me how much Astar tokens. Basically, this is something that we can not know at this stage because it depends on the hard cap. And like I was explained in the beginning of the video, the hard cap for the first Crowdloan events will be very high because nobody will know the amounts that will be contributed. But we can say that the whole pool of 10,500,000 Astar tokens will go to everyone who joins the auction, and everyone will get the same amount for each dot, meaning that everyone will get the same amount for each dot, but you can earn up to 36% bonuses. Am I right? 30% bonus, and get referral bonus as well. So we have a huge incentivize in place. 5% of our total initial supply will be sent out to everyone who will be joining. So, and we think this can be like great for everyone to get that extra amount, and not to only focus on how much for one dot is that much Astar, but also help us to win that slot by doing and going for that extra bonus as well. And you will earn like more than you most likely would expect it. So thanks for the question, and I hope this answers your question. If not, I recommend you to do some research about Crowdloan and auctions and how it works to see to know that it's not so easy for us to communicate. But we can share that 15% of our total supply will go to you, Crowdloan participants, plus 5% bonus. So thank you for the question. The second question was the same. Will the dot ratio be announced? So that I already covered. Okay. This one can maybe for Sota. Can you explain how Parachain partnerships will benefit both sides, as Paradigm Finance and Equilibrium are also approaching dot parachains as a single project? How this partnership will impact each project Crowdloan, and what is the ultimate goal of such parachain partnerships?
Yeah. So basically regarding the parallel finance and Equilibrium, they are the DeFi project, and we are making smart contract hub. So we are not making a DeFi project by ourselves. So they can, leverage our platform, and we can leverage their platform. So we don't offer any like a liquidity dot. I mean, IC dot, C dot, X dot, and so on. So they can offer these tokens for us. So if you join from the Parallel Finance or Equilibrium web page, so you can get additional token as well as Astar token. I think this is the big part of the collaboration. And regarding Commonwealth, we have a lot of the synergies. The first one is stronger global presence. So they are in New York, and I'm in Singapore. So yeah, literally we can make Astar 7 days, 24 hours. And the second one is the technology. They are working on chain governance and multi-chain bridges in Substrate, and we are also working on Substrate and Layer 1 blockchain. So yeah, sorry for the lot of notification on Discord. Yeah. So yeah, we have a lot of synergies, and we can stake technologies can skip some of the important implementations such as on-chain governance because Commonwealth is going to work on it. So I think this is the great synergies.
Yes, correct.
Our partnership.
Yeah. I think there was a lot of questions about getting that derivative for the dots as well. So having those partners in place can give some benefits to users who really want to use their dots in DeFi products. But at the same time, we want to support our crowd loan as well. So this gives an opportunity for them to join through their platforms. Another question, how long will we have to lock the Polkadots up for? This is actually just 96 weeks or just around 2 years. I have to lock the dot for 2 years. Is there a way to use the locked dots? Like I mentioned before, just previous question, those can be used with partners that they can send like X dot or C dot, and you can use them in their DeFi products. Then the other can, will Equilibrium act as a custody for our dot quantity? I think the answer is some people already answered. Yes, it goes through their multi-sig wallet, so the answer is already available in the comment. And that question, if you have any more questions about that, I think it's best to join their community and ask them with them, because we are not aware about everything that's going on there, so it's best to ask them personally. Are there any pros and cons to contributing directly to Astar versus through Parallel? It depends on what kind of contributor you are. Let's say if you join to the crowd loan of Astar, you get that 10% bonus as an early adopter. If you already joined like the Shouting crowd loan, or if you already joined as a log drop participant, you get 10% bonus. But that 10% bonus can only be added to your account if you join through our crowd loan page, because exchanges can't use that, as well as partners can't use that, because Parallel Finance, for example, will use their multi-sig wallet to contribute to the relay chain, to the crowd loan. And if you are an early adopter, like you joined Sharding crowd loan, we have to know your wallet, and that's not possible because we will look on chain, and on chain the wallet of Parallel 5 made the contribution and not your wallet. So if you want that 10% as an early adopter, then you have to use our crowd loan page. If you don't have, or if you are not an early adopter, you can use, for example, Parallel 5 to still get 6% extra. So, and their token as well. Or you can go with other partners that we announced previously to get that extra bonus. Good day. What is the minimum and maximum amount of dots that will be accepted? The minimum amount of dot is 5 dot. That minimum amount is not set by us. It is actually set by parity, meaning if we would contribute less than 5 dot, the validator on the relay chain will reject it. So basically you have to do minimum 5 dot. This is to prevent spamming on the network. So 5 dot is minimum. Maximum, feel free to just click on the max button to get the maximum amount. So there is no maxes. So you can share as much as you want. Is this stake on mobile browser and where to stake? You can use the dApp store to stake on dApp staking on your, but we don't have like a mobile application for this. You can just use your regular browser. Do I have to tell my wife I'll be putting my ships on Astar Crowdloan? No, you don't have to. Will it be considered marital property? Funny question. Is Astar going to be a DAO in the future, Sota?
Yes. So Astar is going to be a DAO in the future. So currently, Astar's development is led by Stake Technologies, but public blockchain does not need any centralized company behind the protocol, just like Bitcoin. So having Commonwealth and the web technology is the first step to make a decentralized autonomous organization. In the future, Astar is going to be a DAO, so it's going to be a community-driven project. But centralization is also important at the beginning. So we are heading to a decentralized future with centralized approach right now. But in the future, yes, we are going to make a DAO. So this is a goal. That's why we distributed a lot of the token to the community. In team, we only has 5% of the token, but that's enough. If we have a 20% or 25%, it's going to be very tough to create a decentralized autonomous organization.
Yes, correct. And also this is great about the partnership with Commonwealth. They will create the on-chain governance, and they are very experienced with this. If you go to their website, commonwealth.im, you see that they already support a lot of great projects in the entire blockchain ecosystem, supporting them with on-chain governance. So they will also help us with this and creating the DAO in the future.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, the last question.
Okay, let's see. Do you have any questions that you prefer to answer? Oh, one great. Are there going to be any liquidity incentivized programs on Astar or Scheiden? That's a great question, because that's what we are aiming to do with our builders program and also with dApp staking. Meaning that with our builders program, if there are DEXs building on top of us, we can use our funds as well to help them offer liquidity to their DEX. We are also, some projects are using liquidity that they earn through dApp staking rewards and in their DEX or on their project that they are building. So we are providing those programs as well, yes. So it's not possible for us to answer all these questions. I will look over them as well after this crowdcast, and I will see if there are any questions that I need to answer. If your question or you still have questions, feel free to jump in our Telegram or Discord. We have a very active set of ambassadors who are there to help you and support you as well. And also feel free to check out our community rewards program, meaning that we will give rewards to everyone who is helping us and spread the word. We are here to offer you rewards if you help us with doing some marketing as well, or contacting projects. And I want to thank everyone for being here. It was one of our most watched crowdcasts, and I'm very happy and I'm very pleased to have welcomed you here. So thank you. Sota, you have any final words, please?
Yeah, thank you very much for the participation. It was the great event, and probably we are going to have another crowdcast to explain our crowdloan strategy and collaboration. And I'm working on another important updates, so I'm looking forward to making it public when it is done.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.